You know, Finn, our modding community has such potential to grow, but what could we do to make that happen?
Well, if we had a cool trailer, then people would think modding is cool, right?
That makes sense to me. Let me make a quick call.
One time once we got a hot pocket, right?
Wow,
It wasn't
bro, that's a
everyone.
really cool story,
You
bro.
serious,
Oh,
dude?
I'm
Dude,
getting
no,
called. Hey, I'm getting
no.
called.
I was getting to the best part of my story. You don't just cut me off, right?
The phone.
Whatever. Take your phone call.
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, what's up?
Better
I was
finish that
wondering,
phone
would
call
you be
before
able
match
to make a
starts.
trailer for me showing off a couple mods?
Okay, what ones?
What do you think, Finn?
I would say mods that are good.
You mean something like
think I hear
scattered
one on the
remains?
phone. Let's
Oh,
talk.
give me a sec. One halfway, left side.
He's hit one.
Dead. I think there's one more though.
I see him. I'm pushing up.
radio was so loud, I can't hear anything.
Nice. Sorry, I'm back. You said something about good mods?
Exactly. Just little things to help you out. I mean, some of them really should be made into the game. Take bow release, recycling, and hand gathering, for example.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the bow release mod, but hey, at least we have a full page of mods to pick up the main game slack. Anyway, do you want me to show off the bigger mods too?
Yeah, why not, but there are just so many. Well, there is the Kraken mod.
Hey, what about my mods?
Oh, was that track, Sam? Tell him I say sure. Just give me a minute to wrap up what I'm doing.
He said sure!
Oh, why didn't I mute that? Are you with me?
Yeah, let's do this.
What?
That was
Oh, the
easier
phone.
than I thought.
So, what's the deadline for this?
Well, about 2 days? Hey guys, welcome to our first Raft Modding live stream. We hoped you like our trailer at the beginning of the live stream. It was 2 weeks of hard work, so we did this trailer in collaboration with Baron Lights. So yeah, really it was really hard to do all this acting and filming all the scenes. So we did this trailer to show what the modding community has to offer you. We didn't show all the mods, of course. We have way more to offer, so we have a full site with the list of mods. So as you guys know, Raft's birthday was a week ago, and because of that the Raft devs planned some events and invited us to make a modding AMA. So we're gonna answer your questions and mainly the ones sent in the Raft Discord. So during this live stream, I'll be with our community manager, Finikato, aka Finn. Hi, Finn.
Hi guys, I'm Finn and I'm from Germany. I'm the community manager for the modding community. And so my job is to plan the events and doing giveaways, handling everything around the community. So yeah, I'm the first person to talk to if you have any non-tech related issues.
And we are also with a web developer, Traxam, aka, well, Traxam. Hi, Traxam.
Hey there, this is Traxum, the web developer of Raft Modding. I joined the modding community a while ago in 2018 and started with creating small utility mods like a mod to change your game mode in the game and a mod to configure how much damage your weapons do. And for example, a mod that allows to collect water automatically. And during that time, I realized that it's really difficult to search for mods and to find mods on the internet and to have a trusted source of your mods. And that's when I started to create a website for raft modding. And yeah, here we are. You can visit our website at raftmodding.com. And if you have any issues with it, I'm probably the one to blame. So let me know if you find anything.
And me, of course, I'm Tech. So I created the Raft modding community 3 years ago. So that's a lot, and that's also our birthday. So yeah, that's a lot of time, and we did so many stuff during these 3 years. It's really insane. Like we have such a good community, and we have a lot of cool peoples. So also, if you want to know a bit more from me, I'm the main programmer of the whole mod loader. I had some help about some people like helping me to code some things, some features and fixing some bugs. And I also did many mods, such as the furniture mod, which has more than 100 furnitures to Raft. The cinema mod, which allows you to play YouTube videos into Raft and watch them on TV screens. More storage, store open OS, and more. So I guess here it is for the presentations. So we're gonna start by answering some questions that were asked on the official Raft Discord. And of course, we will be also active with you guys in the chat, so don't hesitate to ask questions.
Yes, so we're starting with a question from Discord from Ecromancer, and he asks, what is the main role of a mod? So I think that's a good starting point. It's a very common question. So mod stands for modification. So it's just a change for a game in this type. Yeah, a mod changes or alters methods and functions for an existing game. And you can do with it nearly anything or everything. So yeah, I think that answers it. So if you want to change something, you can do it with a mod, and a mod can nearly change everything in the game. And yeah, so the next question is from 311MMR, I think, and is how do I install mods for Raft? Yeah, that's for the tech did a lot of work you would normally do if you want to add functions to the game. So he created a mod loader. You have to download it from our website. Again, it's https double double slash www.raftmodding.com, and you have to install it on your system. And afterwards, you can go to our website and scroll through the mods, and you have all mods with a name and a description, and can read through it and see what this mod do and if you like it. And there is also a button where you can install it right from the website. So you click on it, and yeah, the mod is installed. Next is start Raft through the mod loader. There's a play button in the mod loader, and that's all. There's nothing more to do. And you see the mod status in game, and you see if it's active or not. You can enable it and disable it with one button click, and yeah, you can use it. Dark Magic asks, what is it like being on the modding team? Yeah, of course it's great. So I wouldn't do it if it is not great. So it is a lot of fun. We have a really good community, and yeah, many people who are really nice, and you can talk about everything, of course, about modding and Raft and mod creation or using of mods, but you can also talk about a lot of subjects that are not Raft related, and yeah, didn't have had any problems in the past, and yeah, it makes a lot of fun. So
Yeah, and
join us.
we have a team with a lot of cool peoples, and that's really nice to have nice mod IDs on the Discord and having just people talking, thanking us for our job and or the work we do for the modding community. So it's really nice, and yeah, I think I'm really proud of this community, honestly. So we have a question from Lee Sniper Arab, which asks which programming language do you use for modding? So actually, Raft is made with the Unity engine, and it used the language C Sharp, which is pretty similar to Java, but we're not gonna go in technical terms here. So if you want to get started into modding, we recommend you, sorry, to know C Sharp and maybe be familiar with the Unity engine. Oh my God. And yeah, so it's kind of easy when you get into it. So just if you need help at the beginning, which happens to everyone, you can get on our Discord and we have some programming channels. So if you need some help, if there is something you don't understand, or for anything else, we can offer you some help on our Discord. So almost in the same category, we have someone which asks, is it easy to mod? And what do he need to have, like software and hardware? Actually, when you play with mods or make mods, you don't need to have a powerful computer. Like, it doesn't, modding doesn't means it's gonna lag. Modding doesn't means it's you need a big computer. Like if Raft can run fine, then it will run fine. Some mods might be less performant than other, but I think overall all mods are pretty fine. And yeah, I think that's it for this question.
Yeah, and I think there are even some mods that make your game run smoother. For example, we have a mod that's called Better FPS, and it's well, I always call it the Optifine for raft modding, and yeah,
Yeah,
it's
kind of.
kind of optimizing your game so you can use it on a, I would say, on a worse PC, like it, you could use it on a better one. Henry from Discord asked, will the mods work through Steam Workshop system or will they work on some other way, like Terraria system? And that's actually a question that's asked quite a lot. It's a quite common question. And the answer is probably no, because for the Steam Workshop to work or to be compatible with our system, we would need access to the Steam page of Raft, and we don't have that. The developers obviously don't. They, for good reasons, they don't want to trust us with their Steam releases, and that's of course understandable. And that's why our distribution of mods is happening through our website, raftmodding.com. And on the website, you can click around just like you would in the Steam Workshop. A lot of mods are uploaded there, and we will have more features like mod packs or stuff like that. Maybe even maps that you can share in the future there. But for now, you can just share mods on our site, and yeah, that's the way to go. And yeah, Tech has made it really easy to install mods, so using the site is not a problem, I think. And I'll just send the link to our site in both the Twitch chat and the Discord chat if anyone's curious. The next question is also one that's asked pretty commonly. It's by Elias, and he asks, will modding be able to add new items and craftables to the game? And yeah, it can, and it already does. For example, there's the furniture mod that Tech already talked about, which adds more than 100 new items and blocks to the game. So yeah, that's already possible, and if you're searching for mods like that, just have a look at our site.
Yeah, we how can I say that? Like, yeah, we already have, let me check. We have actually 160 mods, so that's quite a lot. Some of them are just simple mods, like you saw on the trailer at the beginning of the live stream, like hand gathering, bow release, simple mods, and we have more complex mods. For example, I guess the bigger mod is Raft MMO, which allows you to play with and meet some other rafts. So you would move around on the seas and saw someone and you can trade with him. And so yeah, there is some. It goes from really tiny mods, even mods that just allows you to give items and really to big mods. And who knows, maybe in the future you will have bigger mods. Like I have to say that I'm working on a character customization mod, which allows you to customize your character with its name, and you can change your shirt color, undershirt, haircuts, glasses, and all that stuff, so you can really have a character a bit more personalized to you. So yeah, honestly, mods are really different from each other. There's really a big variety of mods. So then we have questions on the Discord from Ricochet, which asked a good question about what is the current progress with the development of custom host dedicated Raft server. So he means being able to host a Raft world and keep it running without being on your computer, so your friends can come to the server and play. And he asked if they will ever be a thing or fully released, and if they will eventually be released, can we expect plugins similar to some Raft mods for the server? Um, we did a lot of work in the past to work on that. It is pretty hard because, as Trexam said, for the workshop, we don't have. I mean, it's not we don't have the necessarily tools, but it is pretty hard. Like doing um, real dedicated servers would mean that we would mainly have to recode the entire networking system, because actually Raft use what we call P2P, which means that how can I say that so it's not really hard to understand? Um,
Yeah, it basically means that there is no server and that the game just communicates in the back between players. For example, if you have three players that are on the same world, their computers just send messages to each other. And what we want to do, or what many of our users want us to do, is to create a server that you can put somewhere else without the need of someone being online to keep it running.
Yeah, and that also means that's sad, but many games use it actually because it's, I guess, easy to develop. That also means in some ways that it's not really secure. That's why, I mean, Raft is meant to be played in co-op. So that means you play with your friends and not really with people you don't know. That's not like on games like Minecraft, where you go to a server you don't know and which needs to be secure. On Raft, it's fine. I mean, for its use. But if you want to make, for example, something that a lot of people ask is Raft role playing or mini games on Raft or deathmatch servers, this cannot be done actually. I mean, it can, but with a lot of work because it is not secure. That means that if we create a PvP server and people can come and give themselves items and all that stuff, it is kind of not enjoyable. So that's why we say there is a lot of work. It may one day come because we would really like it. We did really a lot of work, so that's really something we would like. But I can't say right now it will come one day. I can't say if it will be stable or if it will be really dedicated server or just something that allows you to host your party and keep it running with a second draft account like what we have done in the past. So yeah, I guess this is it for this question. Next, we have a question from Delta Flyer, which asks which of the mods is your favorite one? So personally, my favorite mod, I mean, there is so much that's kind of hard to think about. I would say that Furniture mod is one of my favorite mods, mainly because I did it, and mainly because it had so much furnitures. You can have chairs, beds, you have trash bins that works, you have trampolines, you have a lot of stuff to decorate your raft and make it more to make it a better place. So yeah, I will say that's my favorite mod. I don't know about you, Traxam.
Yeah, there's a lot of mods that I really like, and the furniture mod is one of them. But if I had to pick one, I think at the moment it would be the minimap mod, because it's like really cool that that's possible, and it's a feature that I've been missing from the game. It's made by one of our yeah, longer modders. He's called White Brim, and the mod allows you to, or it adds a minimap on the top of your screen. And yeah, I think that's really cool.
Yeah, for me, Minimap is a cool mod of no question. So I really like it. I also like a mod that's called augmented items and augmented equipment that adds new items and yeah equipment. You already saw that from the name, I'm pretty sure. To the game, and I like this kind of modification. So you have a whole range of new belts and equipment like armor pieces, but also something like belts and cool stuff that was not introduced so far into the main game. And yeah, I think that's so my favorite.
Right. One of the mods that used to be the favorite of many of our users was the mod that's called More Sales, More Speed. And it's actually a question that's still being asked a lot. Like, does your raft get faster when you place more sails or more motors? And it didn't in the past, but I think it made it into the base game, and that's why the modification is not necessary anymore. But I think this is just a very classic point where raft modding was kind of ahead of the main game for some time, and well, this feature has made it into the main game.
Yeah, I guess we can also mention the mod Voyage Overhaul by Adynamite, which reworks the entire raft moving system. I mean, the mod description is a new design for the propulsion systems, and it is really nice. Like, it really modify how the game handle multiple motors, multiple sails, and all that stuff. And it actually says in the description that every sail and engine adds to your acceleration. So it really manage acceleration, top speed, so a bit more stuff than in the base game moving system, I guess.
Yeah, as far as I remember, he recoded the whole physics for this, right?
Yeah,
So he recalculated all
Yeah.
the directions, velocity, and yeah, it was a big load of work. But now, yeah, all everything works just fine, and even better than in the main game, for
yeah,
I
and
think.
I,
So
I think that's also what I like in modding is that you can, for example, if you are a good enough developer and there is something you don't really like into the game, or even if you like it but you want it better, then you can just make a mod. And for example, for this mod, it can sound small, like for you as a standard player, it will just be how it's better moving, but behind it is like, yeah, a total recode of how the raft moving system works. So mods can be a lot of code behind them and a lot of time trying to figure out why it doesn't work, how to do that, and yeah.
yeah, I think a really good example for this is also. I think we have a question later that I will come back to this mod again, but also, for example, Raft MMO is a really good
Yeah,
example for this.
yeah.
It is so simple in quote. If you use it, because they're just both in the ocean and you go to it and can see other players, but behind, so what has to be coded to make that possible in a game that is not meant to be to have multiple rafts inside one world is it's incredible. Yeah, and this mod was created by Protector, and I saw the code, and it's mind blowing.
Yeah,
He
it
did
is really big.
so much work into it, and for the player, it's just, oh yeah, nice, okay, nice. I can see other people
Yeah,
and trade with them.
yeah.
Easy. So, but it's not. It's way lot of work to make that happen. So yeah.
So I next question.
Yeah, next question is kind of a funny one. So Nana Stuck or Stuck wanted to know, hello, can we have a pet parrot? Thank you. And the question is, yeah, as we already said, with mods, nearly everything is possible. So in theory, that's possible if enough players want this and say, yeah, parrot is exactly what we want. And there is a modder who says, yes, I'm willing to do this. So it's possible to add a pet parrot into the game. Sure. To mention this, this AMA is one time, but if you have any ideas for mods, they're welcome. So join our Discord server, or our modding Discord server, and we have a channel there that's called Mod Ideas, and you can post there. Yeah, you saw that. You can post there mod ideas. So we read these mentions and think about them. And for many mods, for many ideas, there's a modder who says, "Yeah, I like that idea, and I have the free time, and will do it." And if you're experienced in coding, we help so you can make this mod by yourself. So adding a pet is kind of a difficult one, I would say. It's not a perfect mod to start with, but it's doable. So yeah. Um, to answer Nana Stuck's question, yeah, you can have a pet parrot in game, but it has to be made. And not sure if there's a modder who will say, yeah, I will make this mod. Um,
And if I can say something is that, for example, if you used to make games in the Unity engine, for example, I mean there is a lot of tutorials on YouTube how to make some games on the Unity engine, and since Raft use it, you could basically go in Unity, download a free parrot model, sorry, um, you you can code it in Unity and you can port most of the stuff into Raft. For example, a great example of that is if the studio you see behind us was actually made in Unity and then ported to Raft using what we call asset bundles. They are just you do stuff in Unity, you put it into a bundle, a pack, and boom, you load it into the game. It allows many mods use it. It allows to load custom models, textures, and all that stuff. So it's really easy. Like you have the full power of the Unity engine, and you can move that to Raft. Of course, you have some limitations, but actually, and I guess since the beginning of the modding community, we didn't had a lot of these limitations. For example, when we wanted to make custom skins, like for example having a character from another game into Raft, the limitations were that we don't have the base character. Um, we have ways of getting it, but it's not the original one, so it's kind of broken sometimes. So, yeah.
okay. Now I think personally one of the important the important question this evening is done by Sphere. He or she asks, "What's your favorite pizza, and does it include pineapple?" And I have to say, no, my favorite pizza does not include pineapple. My favorite pizza is pizza pomodoro, so just tomato sauce and slices of tomatoes with pesto and a little bit of cheese. So pretty pretty easy, but I think it's totally delicious. So not sure. Traxam, what's your favorite pizza?
Yeah, I kind of agree to that. If the pizza, like the dough and the sauce and the cheese, is really good, then margarita pizza is also my favorite, and it doesn't need any toppings, and especially not pineapple on a pizza.
Actually, my favorite one is kebab pizza. And no, I never tried with pineapple, but I don't know why it wouldn't be good, like having sugar on a pizza. I don't know. Maybe I'll try one day. We have another question from Ricochet, which asked the estimated release for the full modded version of on Sand. Raft on Sand is a mod I did for the April Fools. I think it's last year. Raft did an April Fool saying that um, the whole game would be now on sand and removing the ocean. And for fun, someone Ricochet did a donation of just $10, and I did this big mod of having a custom map, making a raft on sand. Like even the main menu was on sand. Um, so actually, this mod is quite old now, and I'm not sure if one day I'll get back to it or polish it. So I'm not sure about that.
And maybe if Raft refers to it again on the next April Fools, maybe we can work on it again.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think they'll do two times the same April Fools, but we'll see. Why not? Also we have a question from Enter AAA. I don't know how you pronounce that, which asks how long did it take to develop the Raft mod launcher and mod loader? He means probably. Actually, as we said, the modding community is 3 years old, so that's 3 years of programming. I guess the first, but really first version of the mod loader took probably under a month, but it was really small. Like it was just uh, it was just a small menu with you select the mods and boom, you load them. It had no unloading. It had no easy install. We didn't haven't had the site yet. We had just a forum where we were posting mods. So yeah, it took 3 years to be in that stage, and we are still doing some update, adding some features, and working on it. I'm actually fixing bugs, adding new features. We are working on adding mod packs. So that means that soon, I don't have a date yet, but soon you'll be able to go on the site and select few mods, create a mod pack, and your friend with the link of the mod pack can just hit install. It will download all the mods, and when he will be in the game, he will have that pack of mod. So that means it will be even easier than it is right now.
Yeah, sometimes we do giveaways, and Real Rainbow Gamer 737 wants to know how do you choose how do you guys choose the winners of the giveaways? That's pretty easy to answer. We don't choose. We have a bot for this, and this bot selects all people who contributed or submits to the giveaway and selects randomly one person, and this person wins the giveaway. So yeah, easy to answer.
Yeah, and like it's a known bot, like it's the giveaway bot which you can also use, and it is used by Giraffe Discord or Discord and many others community. So we use it and it's pretty nice.
And we put our trust in it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think someone would I mean, I don't think the owner of the bot will cheat for a raft key.
No, I
Yeah,
don't think he would.
think so too. Okay. Yeah, get serious again. Are there any large plans for modding in the future? Yes, of course. The project was created in 2018. We already heard that, and we're not finished by far. So we want to go further every day. We started to make more with the community. We start doing events lately or lastly, and we want to do this more often in the future. And yeah, also the mods and mod authors are um, got more and more, and we try to stretch out what's possible with mods and and play around with it. And yeah, we try to grow the community. So if you want to play with mods, or better, if you are a coder or IT specialist and want to contribute in with coding, join our Discord. We will support you and give you everything you need by hand. And yeah, let's make this big. That's our plan. So, and for now we're doing this yeah, for fun. So we don't make any money with it. I think we can say this um, yeah, and it makes fun. It makes a lot of fun, and so we will do this as long as we can and as big as we can. Yeah, I don't know. Do you want to add something, Tech?
I want
I
to add something,
yeah, go for it.
namely that our plans are usually bigger than our budget in
Oh yeah.
time and effort. Like we usually have a lot of big ideas. For example, the dedicated servers that we talked about earlier. A lot of big mods, maybe also small mod ideas, like maybe someone who wants a parrot. We usually want to make all of that happen, but since we're not a lot of people, and as Finikoto has pointed out, we don't always have the time and try to do uh, the best we can in that limit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for adding this. Exactly. I saw a question that entered the queue just a few minutes ago. So somebody asked how many hours a day, or yeah, how many hours a day you spend into this project. And I think it's a really good question. Of course, it depends. So it's not every day the same, and we have all private lives. And okay, except for Tech, of course. Tech has
Oof.
no private. No, sorry.
Well, we
Um,
Raft Modding
hmm?
is not an Raft Modding is not an agency right now, and it's not a deposited brand. So not right now. Yeah, we all have a job, I guess, and we have a life, of course. So we are doing that in our free time, and same for the moderators on our Discord, which takes sometimes a lot of time, a lot in their private life to answer the question and help you guys. So yeah, sometimes if you have to wait a bit before getting help, it's just because we are doing that in our free time and we are trying our best to do as fast as we can and as best as we can, of course.
And
I think
if one of our moderators could help you with a problem that you might have had, yeah, maybe say thanks at some point. They will they are always happy when they hear some positive feedback, and yeah.
Yeah, and also sometimes I see a lot of people that come to the Discord and be like, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" And that's your job. So yeah, I mean, if you have a problem, come ask it nicely, and we'll be really proud to help you. And we really like to do that. And as I said earlier, we really like the modding community. There is a lot of nice people, so we really like to help you, and we really like also to make you have a good time enjoying our mods.
and we are in luck. So our staff members and helpers are from all over the world. So if you join our Discord server at 3 a.m. CST, there probably is someone online from the other side of the world and will help you. for ourselves because
Yeah.
we're working on something and are busy. But yeah, we will join and help, of course. And most of the time, I I I think most of the time the the questions answered in a few minutes. There are only a few times I saw a question stands longer for than an hour or something like that. But sure, it happens because we're all people and we have livings. But yeah, don't get angry on us on in such situations. So just stay calm and we will answer
Yeah.
pretty soon.
And
So
I see a nice question actually on the Twitch chat by Figu, which asks if the mods works in multiplayer, and that's a good question because some mods actually don't, but most of the times when you will download a mod, you will see that a mod is what we call permanent, which means that this mod, for example, adds new furniture, had new skins, new blocks, and all that stuff. So a general rule of thumb to remember is the best is that all your friends have the same mods. But there is some mods, for example, I don't have an example right now, but for example, the minimap mod, it's a good example. Minimap mod by White Brim. You don't need all the players to have it, so you can install the minimap mod and go on any game, and you'll have it, I guess. I think it should work. So there is some mods that um, don't need every players. Also, I just see it right now, but I see that a requested mod was a voice chat into Raft. Maybe at some point it will be into the game. I have a question to answer later about this. So yeah, we have a voice chat mod made by Aidanamite. So honestly, if you want to
I've
improve,
actually multiple voice chat mods. There's also one that works
yeah,
with Mumble,
yeah, you're right.
but there's also Aiden the Might's
You're right.
in-game voice chat mod.
Yeah, and actually, we are working on a lot of optimizations and improvements on our site, like being able to sort out the mods by the most downloaded mods because um, we know you guys want to explore for new mods and see what modding has to offer you. But if you go on our site, you can see we have a lot of different mods again to improve your game. So yeah, as just as I mentioned, minimap, voice chat, we have a lot of mods. So don't hesitate to head over to raftmodding.com and check our mods.
yeah, another question from Twitch chat from XT Bolt Dark First. When World Edit in Raft? I think there's already a mod. I'm not sure if it's up to date tech, but you
Um,
created one if I'm right. So World
yeah,
Editor is a thing in Raft.
basically one day, yeah, I wanted to do word edit because I remember how powerful this is and how quick it makes it to make like big rafts and all that stuff. So we have a mod that is named World Editor, if I'm right. I mean that's my mod and I
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
don't have a
yes,
Yeah,
name.
you're
that's
right.
right.
Yeah. Which allows you to move raft blocks out of the place and rotates them like you would like. So it's not really worth it because it's way less powerful. Thanks White Brim in the chat for sending the link to the mod. So as you can see, it is a mod that, for example, you can take a foundation, move it in the sky, rotate it. You can also place trees where you ever you want. There is some nice features, but it is not as powerful as Word Edit.
Yeah. And if you want to place many things in a row or something like that, if you want to use if you meant
Oh yeah,
world edit in a kind of way you can create larger structures really fast. I think
yeah,
Aiden
yep.
offered a mod a
Recursive
few
placement.
days or weeks ago. It's called, how is it called?
Recursive placement. I'm gonna send that into the chat.
Yeah, recursive placement,
This one.
right?
So
So
it allows you to do a lot. Exact the mod description is allows you to place a line of objects, and it's kind of nice if you click on the link on the mod banner. he made a small house of bricks, the small bricks you have on Raft that you have to make dry. He made lines of them and made an house totally made of them, and that's kind of nice. And that's not the only limitation.
Mhm. Yeah. Let's get back to the
Yeah,
questions
of course.
from Discord in this case. So we have a question from Be the Quest. It's will there ever be a proper mod making tutorial? Yeah, it's in the planning, I would say,
Yeah.
but it's also in the planning for quite some time. Yeah, it's the same thing we already mentioned. So our time is limited, and it's it's not that kind of an issue as far as we know. So most people get into it quite quick if they have some experience with C Sharp or with Unity, and we help them on request. But yeah, totally, it's in the planning. I started with creating a small script, and we plan to reactivate or activate our YouTube channel, so we can post there some video tutorials.
Yeah.
We also plan doing Twitch streams with different content. So sometimes we will play Raft with mods and show a few things. But there's also ideas to making some developer streams, so to show how to start from or how to develop an idea into a working full functional mod, and yeah, how do you do this? So inspect game code, understand it, how to patch methods, how to add things, and so yeah, and such things. Things, sorry. Yeah. So the answer to this question is totally, but it's not out now, and we're working on it and we're planning. Yeah.
I
All
just
right.
You.
I just see
And
someone that is asking me how to join the Raft Modding Discord. Even though we sent a link, our Raft Modding Discord now has we made a bot which allows you to select which notifications you want. So if you are interested into modding on our Discord, you can select a role which will notify you when a new mod is released. When a new mod loader is released, you can choose which notifications you want. So if you are really interested into new mods, and for example, if you submit a mod in the mod IDs channel, and you want to see if one day it sees the day, well, you can take the roles. And so to get on our Discord, as asked, you have to agree with all rules. It is kind of simple rules, but just so everyone stays nice and we have a nice community.
yeah, there,
Right.
there were short interruption. Sorry, I saw a question from Silver Skis. Sorry if I pronounced it bad. Uh, he asked painting bricks. I think there's also a mod for this. It's
Yeah,
called Paint Everything,
yeah.
and as it as it calls out, it allows you to paint everything in the world. So yeah, go to our website, download it, and you are able to paint bricks. It's
And
that easy.
you'll be able to paint your item nets, your chest, your furnaces, a lot of stuff like paint everything.
If I remember correctly, you can also use white color to paint water and make your
Milk.
make your water distillation into a milk distillation, some kind of.
I think that was
Nothing.
every water distillation was a milk distillation because I messed up the colors somewhere. But yeah, might be fixed at some point.
Yeah, I think that's fabulous because I like milk. So okay,
All right. So
yeah, Trakton.
the
Sorry.
next question was what? Wait, I missed my line. So, as someone who, by Cirrus, as someone who has never used mods for Raft, what are the mods that you recommend? And we've already talked about some mods which the three of us really like which are like spectacularly complex or something. But I would like to show you some mods that are good for beginners, and depending on how you want to use Raft and what you want to do with the game, there are different mods. If you're a builder that wants to, I don't know, build a big yard or something like that, I can obviously recommend the furniture mod that we already talked about a lot of times. And there are also more mods that add visual details and decorations, but also useful blocks, like the more storages mod, which adds different types of chests, like a Minecraft chest, a barrel, um, a, a package or some kind. It's really fun to use. And if you're not into building but rather want to tweak your game, there are mods for that as well. For example, my sort inventory mod, which allows you to sort your inventory. I think that's not so surprising. There's the stack mod by Finikoto, which allows you to have bigger stack sizes, like stack more than 20 wooden planks in one slot. There is the power distributor mod, which allows you to share the power consumption between different devices. And there's also some fun mods or kind of pointless mods like Raft on Sand or the dab mod that literally allows you to dab. And if you're into that, go to our website and have fun.
Yeah, and what I want to add is that has said Raft modding is a community-driven project. I mean, Raft Mod Loader. So what it means is that sometimes if you, as said, if you can't find a way to do something in your mod, you can ask someone. So um, that means that when recommending a mod, uh, we recommend a mod from someone which got help from a lot of people sometimes. Like honestly, I have to thank Finn for helping me in the character customization mod because we all have to admit that, for example, even if I'm the main programmer of the Raft mod loader, we all have our limits, and community-driven projects are awesome. Same for open source projects. So everyone can contribute, everyone can help, and it is really nice. Like it makes things way faster and it makes it way easier to. Whoa, we got a donation. We got a donation from Narcotic01, I guess that's how we say, and which says thanks for the mods. So yes, no problem. Like that's our community. That's why we do it. So yeah, thanks a lot. Like um we have a Patreon, for example, and that's same for the donation that helps us to pay the server fees. That helps us when we have to buy some assets, for example. For don't remember. I made a mod quite some time ago. Yeah, it was the Fornito mod. I had to buy some models because when you I mean I'm not a 3D modeler, so I had to buy a pack which have 3D models. So if you were wondering, guys, that's where the donations goes. And by the way, now that I think about it, on the Patreon you can also get Raft modding stickers, mugs, so you also get rewards when supporting us. So I guess that's a good compromise. So thanks again, Narcotic, for the donation. Then we have a question for you, Finn, I guess.
Yep, from Gope1904. What is the most difficult complex mod ever created? Good question, and my answer is honestly, I don't know. I already mentioned Raft MMO, which is very complex. Um, Yeah, and it's very complex from the programming or coding perspective. Um, and I think a mod which in which went very hard work to figure out the different stuff and think about it is, again, I already mentioned it, augmented items and augmented equipment. Um, Not from the coding perspective, I think, but you have to think about which equipment makes sense. You have to balance the whole shit and make sure it don't break the whole game and make it too easy. And you have to balance the amount of resources you use and such things. So um, a lot of work in planning, not in coding itself. Yeah. So, but which is the complex, the most complex or difficult one? I cannot answer, but I
Yeah.
don't know all mods in deep. So that for as disclaimer. So perhaps there's a mod that's so complex, but I didn't know of. Oh, of course, the voyage overhaul is also very complex
Yeah.
because of the physics he implemented. So don't I forgot about that. But yeah, I think that
Yeah.
is my
And
answer
if
And
for this question.
and if you think about complexity, as in yeah, storage complexity, like how big is the file? I think the biggest one that we have so far is the furniture mod again, because yeah, I can tell that our web server is always cluttered with copies of the assets of this mod, and it's really really big.
yeah.
But it also has a lot of content, so I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
Will the
And
character customization stretch that out tech, or is it smaller than furniture?
No, it's fine, it's fine. Actually, the biggest mod right now, I mean, it's not released on the site because it was mainly for this stream, but it is the studio mod. Like if as you saw on the trailer, we have a big studio mod. I spent quite some time doing a studio with high quality assets, and yeah, the more assets you put in to your mods and the more quality it has, the more big it's gonna be. So yeah, actually, yeah, I'm not sure if it is for need to mod it. More storage also is quite big, but yeah, in terms of code, it would probably be Raft MMO. In terms of assets, it would probably be Furniture Mod. And yeah, after all, what I wanted to say is that complexity is not, I mean, in general, um, a mod can be simple, but for its creator, it has been a lot of time. So, yeah, that really depends. Then we got a question from Frog, which asks, it is virus. That was this question. He means, is the mod loader a virus? Why he asked that? What we have to explain is that um, our mod loader is injecting code into the game, which means we are modifying the game. And some antiviruses think it is a virus. It is not, of course. If it would be, we would not be on the Raft Discord and speaking with the devs and all that stuff. So it's what we call a false positive. It means that the antivirus software thinks it is one because, of course, it modified the game. And I don't have an example right now, but some viruses could use that. Like a software could, for example, um, modify some other software to get information. But actually, we're not getting information from we would not get any information from Raft. So yeah, Raft modding is safe. For the mods, all mods are actually scanned with a site called VirusTotal, which scans the file on many different antiviruses. And so for the mods, all the mods on our site are actually safe, and if someone has bad intentions, we are reviewing our mods. When new mods release, we verify them after they are released, so you still have to be careful. But after all, we never had a virus on our site. So we are working ahead hard to make our launcher more safe, and we are fighting to get against this virus thing because if you want your software to not be tagged as a virus, you have to pay Microsoft mainly. You have to buy what is called a code signing certificate. So basically, you pay, you give them your ID, where you live, you prove them you have a company in biggest case, and all that stuff. So that means if you put a virus, they will find you. Literally, that's what it means. So you have to pay to do that. We actually pay around I don't remember the perfect amount, but the
I think
bigger
it
ones,
was around 130.
yeah, 130 because we don't have a company. So it's like a small signing certificate. And the biggest one, when you have a company, it gets up to 300 to $500. So actually, we do pay that amount per year. So you get less notifications. We are trying our best. It's kind of hard to pay that amount per year, since we all do that in our free time. But thanks to all our patrons, which help us to do that. Thanks a lot. And so, yeah, raft modding is totally safe. And even if it is safe, we're making it more safer. And maybe you can add something, Traxam, about the website scanning, and we might at some point remove it since mods are in a new mod format, but maybe you can talk about it. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. So the website does some scanning of the mods automatically, as Tech has just said. But these checks are, yeah, they would show up something, a red sign, a red flag, if it was a known virus. And in this case, obviously the mod wouldn't be released. But in other cases where the site doesn't recognize bad mods automatically, we still check every mod manually. That means that we go into it and have a look at the code and make sure that our website stays clean. And yeah, I I really hope that no one tries to upload viruses and to break the game for other users, because it's just mean and pointless. But yeah, just in case something happens, we'll be there and have an eye on it.
Yeah.
I think 2 points to mention. One thing is, Wrexham, I think there's a feature planned for the future for the websites, so people can vote on such things, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
If they
that's right.
work and.
It's
Mhm.
it's not exactly about safety in this case. It's more like about is this mod broken or something. Like if a mod is very buggy and can't be used, really, then we're planning to have some kind of feedback feature. So people can like click a button to notify us about about some problems with a certain mod. But as of now, you can always message us on our Discord server or via our email address. But I guess Discord and Twitch are preferred in this case.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
And the
actually,
second one is, sorry,
no, no, no.
just 1 point to this to the last question. Second point, as Draxon said, we can look into mods. Of course, you can also.
Yeah,
The mod is an open format, so it's called air. Normally open it with an unzip tool like WinRAR or 7-zip from Windows, and take a look at the code. So it's not compiled at this stage, and if you know a little bit about programming or coding, it does not have to be C# specifically. So also, if you know Java or PHP, you will most likely understand what's happening. So you can open the R mod file and inside there are CS files, so C# files, and take a look by yourself. And you can see and check if this mod is harmful or not. And if you find one who you think, ooh, that's critical, yeah, join our server, tell us, we will verify that, and of course, investigate how that could happen. But fingers crossed, as far as I know, at the moment everything is fine, and we didn't have such issues in the past. But yeah, you can contribute to this and check by yourself and tell us.
Yeah.
And I want to add one more thing, and that is, of course, we're on the internet. You always have to be some kind of cautious. For example, in that you should only download mods from our website and not from some third-party sites, because obviously we cannot control what's on third-party sites. And in case of anything that might look weird, you can always feel free to ask us, and we can tell you if it's dangerous or if this is the right way.
Yeah, and again, I'm gonna repeat that, but again on our Discord, we have a lot of people helping. So some of them are staff, of them are helpers. But sometimes when you have an issue with a mod or something like that, you or someone else will, I mean, you can help other people, and other people, even if sometimes they are not staff, they can help you to fix some issues. So what we mean is that if you come in our community and feels like it's a nice place, well, you can help people. For example, recently we had an issue with the cinema mod where the YouTube video would not work. Like you would put on your YouTube URL, but it would not find the video, and someone find a workaround. And until it gets fixed, well, some people are using it and it works fine. So again, it is community driven. So who knows? If you want to help, come to our Discord. You can help, and maybe one day you'll be on our team.
Yeah.
So
Um, Sorry.
no, I was saying that actually that's all the questions we filtered from our Discord, but I see we got some new ones.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to point out. I'm totally stunned by yeah, by your contribution and submission of questions. That's really cool, and we appreciate it. And yeah, during this stream or while we're streaming, the questions still come in rapidly, and I started to filter them out and select a few or put some in our queue. Shall we go through them right quick, tag and track them, and answer a few of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. We just gotta remember to still click on these buttons, so in the end we
Yeah.
can post the
Yep.
answers to Discord.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we
Um,
can do this after the stream, right? But
I
Yeah,
see. I see a
of course.
question. I see a question from Ygric, which asks, Are you planning on adding a VR mod for Raft? Actually, as I said, since you have the full power of Unity, in theory, it would be possible. You would be able to add a VR mod, but like the Raft MMO mod or something, or other big mods, that means you will have to redo the movement, the camera, or how the UI works, like how you drag stuff in your inventory, how you open chests. That means it could be done, but it is a lot of work. So that's also an idea you could submit in the Mod IDs channel on our Discord.
no. One question from Twitch chat. Silver's Giz again refers to better FPS mod question. I'm not sure. I think I oversaw the original question, but I think he wants to know what happened to the better FPS mod. So will you answer that, Tech?
Yeah, I see that. I saw that question. So yeah, actually, we have the better FPS mod, which is not really maintained anymore. I will probably one day make a new version of it. Actually, it allows you to disable the water rendering, disable the skybox, so disabling some things to get a bit more FPS in creative. So actually, again, you could make a mod which really makes the game smooth, but that also takes some time. You have to investigate which are the issues, and I think that Redbeat will do some good job at optimizing their game later. I guess they add some new content which is really nice, and I think in the future the game will just be smoother and better.
But there's also a mode built into the mod loader right now, right? Or does it not
Well,
function for now?
well, in some sort, actually, for people.
No, I don't think
No,
so.
no, but what I mean is that we had what we called the poop mode because it makes the quality as low as possible. But when we mean low, we really mean it. Like it's the textures are like two colors, like it's really ugly. But if you have a really cheap computer, you can download Raft Modding, open the console with F12, F10, and type poop mode. So that's a good name for it, I guess. But it, if for example you go somewhere with your bad computer, or if you don't have a good computer, then you can use this to be able to play Raft. It has some drawbacks, of course, but yeah, we have some things built into ModLoader to help you on the game. We have to mention it since we talk about ModLoader. For example, ModLoader also have a better chat. So it has a better chat to Raft where you can add emojis, and it looks better than the default one. I mean that when I were working on dedicated servers, it was needed to have a good chat with colors, sizing, emojis, and all that stuff. So that's why we made it. So maybe one day dedicated servers will use it.
Laxam?
All right.
Uh,
Um, yeah, I'll continue with a question from the Discord channel. We still open for questions in the questions channel. And Cow with a K asked, will this ask for sign in before using mod menu? And that's a very quick answer. No, you can use the mod loader without any kind of login, but obviously you need the game. You need to have the game on Steam, and if you can play Raft, you can play with the mod loader, and you don't need any additional accounts to download mods.
I'm looking through the questions. I see a question from a username I can't read because it is using some weird characters. He say, those Raft allow mods such as cheats. Is there a TOS, terms of services against it, such as self-respawning in hard mode? Um, of course, Raft has terms of services that you have to read before getting into modding. It has some rules against modding. Um, I don't know how to say it, but of course they ban some types of mods that are 18 plus. So we will never break these terms of services. And no, they don't ban, if we can say, cheats. What they would not like is if you get into the game of someone without proper access, or if you destroy his game. But if you have a party of you and you're, as he said, such as self-respawning in hard mode, um, of course, hard mode is made to not be respawned, but with some mods you can, and if you want, you can. That's your game. If if you don't break other people's game, there is many things you can do.
It is a similar question about the Steam integration. It's from Mac Gelatin. Do your Steam hours go up if you play Raft through the mod loader? Yes. since we're using the basically the default game and just put additional stuff into the game. Uh, this will count for achievements and Steam hours. Uh, yeah, no problem with that.
So I'm reading through the questions.
Yeah, the Katzler or something like that wants to know what advice would you give to someone who is just getting into modding? I would say just start. So it's like everything you have to learn. You need some time to get into it, and it's way easier if you're familiar with coding. So if you can code C sharp, it's perfect. You will feel like in a few hours very comfortable. And yeah, start low. So perhaps the idea to implement planes into Raft as the first mod is not a good decision. It's it would be very hard.
Yeah.
It's possible, of course, but it wouldn't be a good starting point. But just small things like adding a recipe or something like that, or uh, decrease or increase your movement speed and such things. So just alter little small parts of the game. A really good starting point is done with a few lines of code. Also, yeah, the best advice I think is come to our Discord. I know we spammed the sentence a little bit in this AMA, but for this it's absolutely important, or it will help a lot. Let's say that this we will help you. Also, the mod loader is helping you with setting up such projects. So you can create a C sharp project right from the mod loader. Also, we have documentation on the website, I think written by Tech or Trexam um, at the start, that will guide you the first things like how to spawn a cube inside Raft. So just a small cube with the texture, um, and goes up to how to modify private variables and
Yeah.
methods. And so you can learn from that. And if you have any questions, there are many people at the server who can help you out and are very familiar. Oh God, today is a bad day for this word for me. You see it. Um, yeah, and can tell you the steps to do. And also we sometimes we have the time to take a look into code you post and help you on a specific problem you post. We won't code your whole mod if you say you wanted to do it by yourself. Of course, that wouldn't against the intention, but we will help you to make it finish and to have a running mod. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's my
And
advice.
Yeah, also if you need an idea, like you say, yeah, I've always wanted to learn how to mod a game, and I already know some programming. Come to us, and we have tons of ideas that we will be free to share.
yeah, and also with how the technology and gaming is getting into our lives these days, some people that just want to get into game making, game programming, or just mod making, of course. We had a lot of beginners, sorry, that got into modding, and it helps us. Like I remember a French friend that got into modding. It was Tech Divers. He made a mod where when you die on the raft, it plays a tombstone, and that's a little mod, but that's what helps you understand how it works, understand what are the problems, how to do this thing, and then now he's making some nice games into Unity. So that if you want to get into game making and or just want to get started with programming, you can, for example, get on YouTube, watch some tutorials, and try starting to make some mods. So We also got a question which is kind of important, I guess, from Snake Official YouTube, which asks, "Are you guys working officially for Raft?" So no, we are not working for Raft, and we are not affiliated with Raft, Redbit Interactive, or Axolot Games. We are not working with them. I mean, we are not working for them. We are sometimes speaking with the developers. I think I missed a question about that, but we are speaking with the developers, so we are talking with them, but we are not affiliated with them.
Yeah, we're stay in contact. I guess we get along pretty well, and Redbeat has been, or the moderation team of this Discord server of Raft has been so nice to allow us to post a link to our modding Discord and our website on the official Raft Discord. But of course, they cannot be responsible for what we release on our side, and yeah, that's the limit of this cooperation.
Yeah, that's the
And
correct.
also invited us for this AMA. So
Yeah, pretty nice
thanks
too.
again to Team Redbeat. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, they all make everything. They make it possible. Without the game, we would not have a Raft modding community. So that's why I missed that question from OOMFF, which asks, have any of you had conversations with the developer of possibly adding any of your mods to the base game? So yeah, in fact, as said, we had some conversations with them about our mods, and we even have part of for the fun fact, there is some part of my code and other programmer codes into the game. I mean, other modders code into the game. For example, when I was making a dedicated server, I wanted to do some kind of plot server. I wanted to create a big creative server like on Minecraft where you have a lot of plots and you build stuff in it. Other people can't touch it, and you're the only one or your friends to be able to build in a plot. I wanted to do this, but since the raft was too big, it would not work on vanilla games. That means that if you would join the world, it would not work. So we coded a fix. We sent that to Trasan, the one of the Raft developers, thanks to him, and he implemented it into the game. So now you can have huge rafts and they will load fine. So that's the some of the stuff that, yeah, maybe later some mods will get into the game. Maybe hand gathering, bow release, or recycling, like we said in our trailer. That's the small mod that we think, in our opinion, of course, should be made into the game, sorry.
Yeah, and of course, the putting a mod into the base game isn't just this straightforward process of, yeah, we just load this mod by default. It's a bit more complicated because Raft probably has to do some kinds of quality insurance, quality
Yeah,
checks, and I guess they're looking around what the community wants, and if something is really much requested, they probably also take inspiration at maybe a mod or something. But making a mod that's successful is obviously no guarantee that it's gonna be in the game at some point.
yeah.
Really
All right,
fast
this.
question to answer from Epic Knavich 97. Is it theoretically possible to replace the entire ocean with land to completely transform the game? Yes, because so easy to answer. Yes, because it was already done by Tech with the Raft on Sand mod, and it's possible. But yeah, we won't do this any further because it was a joke, as Tech already told or
Yeah,
explained earlier, and it would be a little bit against the idea of the main game. So
yeah. But yeah, as even if it's good to keep the game as it is, For example, take the game Rust, if you know it, the survival game Rust. It is built into the Unity engine, and that means that in theory you could create Rust into Raft. So yeah, you can create anything you want into Raft, and we will not blame you if your mods modify the base game, um, the base game. So you can do everything you want with modding.
Mm.
Right. There is not really a question, but a comment by Kim, and I think it's a female name. She says, "Where are you guys from? Your accents sound very cool." First of all, thanks. Um, I'm not sure if we're really fluent English speakers. We're not native speakers, as you can hear.
Yeah.
Two of us are from Germany, Twini, Koto, and me, and Tech is from France, I
Yeah,
believe.
so that's why, yeah, I think we do good, but that's only me saying. So
Yeah.
at least I guess you can understand us, and yeah,
Yeah, and the rest of the team that's not in this stream and Ask Me Anything event right now is from over the whole world. We have people from the United States and from other countries in Europe. I think we have someone from Australia too, but I'm not sure about that.
yeah, and there is a good question that I'm stealing to someone of both you guys, from Iran out of name IDs. Someone said, will mods break when Chapter 3 or any other updates release? Um, I had, how can I say that? Like one goal. When making this mod loader, I wanted it so across updates, mod stays compatible. Of course, with some mods, it's not possible. For example, if a mods add a new animal and they remove totally animals, then it won't work anymore. But most of the mods will still work across versions. Of course, they will probably have some parts of them that breaks, but for example, if I can take a mod that stays working across many versions, and like on the three last updates, it was working perfectly fine. It's the item spawn mod. This mod fetch all the items from the game, and it adds it to a menu. So if you launch it on a different version, then well, there is items, it gets it, and you can spawn them. Same for islands, it tries to fetch them and shows them. So yeah, most of the mods will stay compatible with Chapter 3. We have a lot of questions.
Yeah,
I
I'll
think Nick.
answer one too. It's from Bro Moments 2. The question is there any mod that makes the game look different? And currently, I would say there are mods that add stuff to the game, but I don't think there are any mods that intentionally modify how
Hmm.
the base game looks. I think texture packs or something could be possible, but on one hand, we didn't have anyone who wanted to make a texture pack
Yeah.
or something like that yet.
Well,
If you want to make one, sure, meet us on our Discord. But so far, there hasn't been anything like that.
yeah, and one good example at some mods make the game look different if we speak on textures. For example, as you see on the background of this on the stream, or t-shirts, it is the base body textures which I modified and added some or names onto it, the Raft Modding logo, and some kind of white vest. So that's what the character customization will do. It modify the texture, send them to all other players so they see you. And yeah, so if you really mean mods that modify the look like shaders, texture packs, it is doable. Like I remember I wanted to do a mod that would kind of replace many blocks, like the foundations, make something more that has a better quality. But the thing is that you need to find someone that can do it. And I'm a programmer, I'm not a 3D designer or a 3D modeler. So yeah, you that's what again community driven projects are good is that if someone wants to do it and redo foundations, walls and they look good, a developer could just add them into the game, you know. So yeah, we get a lot of questions. Maybe guys you want to answer some?
Mhm.
Yeah, there was one from PeteStar123. Can you play with a lot of mods at once, or can you play with one mod at a time? You can load as many mods as you want. Um, I think were if you had the idea to load all 170 mods at once, um, your computer might be a bit slower, but usually mods don't take a lot of performance, and loading them simultaneously hasn't been a problem. There are some mods that are incompatible to each other. For example, there's a mod that constantly sets your time to the daylight, and there's another one that constantly sets your time to night. And no one knows what happens if you load both of them at the same time. But yeah, usually you shouldn't have any problems with multiple mods.
Yeah. Mm,
We have a question from Snake Official YouTube. Again, I think, all right?
yeah.
He
Yeah.
already asked, how do you get started with modding? I think that's a question for all of us who
Yeah.
I can start. Good question. I think I started modding with Raft. I didn't mod any other games before Raft. Um, and yeah, I played Raft and thought, wow, it would be so cool to change some things. And the idea at the beginning was to implement something like yeah, that we wanted to build a skill tree. Yeah, so friends of mine and I said it would be so cool if you get better with building if you build more, or get better in chopping trees down if you chop more trees. And I wanted to implement that. And yeah, I'm a software developer, so I thought, yeah, it couldn't be that hard. And started Google up and Googled for Raft modding, and found this community. And I got into it and started my skill tree mod, which was never finished to, to say this. But yeah, I learned a lot and had so much fun and time and spent so much time there that I stuck in this community for I don't know when I joined, but
Yeah.
multiple months, last year sometime I think, and yeah, that's how I got into modding.
Yeah, and now you're a community manager.
Yeah, so it goes
Yeah.
sometimes.
And I think that question can be tweaked a bit. Uh, um, Instead of how do you get started with modding, since modding is mainly modifying a game with programming, I think we can modify this one to as well add how we got into programming. I mean, if you want to answer it, but for me, it started with simple things like just from configuring Minecraft plugins and then making Minecraft plugins, mods, and then making some Unity games. And yeah, I mean, it goes for each of us, it depends. But for example, for myself, I don't have a programmer job. I'm doing that in my free time. For example, I also don't have any degree, like I'm not a true programmer. Sad, sad life. So yeah, I'm just doing that in my free time. And when I saw Raft, it had really a few. I don't know how I can say that, but it didn't had a lot of it didn't had a lot of content at the beginning, really at the beginning. So my first goal was, whoa, I want to add more content. And for a fun fact, my first mod was a mod that replaced the sharks with rabbits. So maybe it's useful, maybe it's not, but that's a mod I created some times ago. It doesn't exist anymore, but yeah, I mean, that's the same question from Cab. What made you guys choose for Raft um, of all the games to mod? Yeah, just choose a Raft because it's nice. It has uh, a good community, and yeah, so that's why I choose it. And yeah, maybe guys, you can answer how you started your programming life, and if some people wants to get into programming, maybe what did you do to get into modding?
Um, I think I started similarly. I also started uh, in the age of Minecraft to make some of these server plugins. I think the server was called Bucket or something like that, and that's how I started. Or there, I had a goal like, what do I want to do? I want to make a plugin that does this and that. Um, but I couldn't do it because I didn't know how to program. And then I set myself a goal, learned how to program, learned how to write code in Java, and yeah, from there on, I learned more and more about programming, and yeah, here I am.
Creating mods. So yeah, just remember, without Minecraft, no raft modding.
That might be oversimplified, but that's up to you to judge.
Yeah, for
So
me, starting coding was early, but because of my father was also a software developer, so I don't know. It was kind of foreseeable that I will learn to code, and I think my first line of code I wrote was 8 years or something like that. But just for fun in a vacation and starting coding. So made my first project was when I was 12, I think, and it was starting with PHP, so website development, and yeah, and from there it was a
because you're on,
hard and funny way.
yeah. So next questions, looking into them. Um,
I
maybe you
pulled
want to
on
answer
two
one?
answers for you.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one for me. Alien Blue asks, is there a limit threshold to how many mods you can have actions before it starts affecting performance? Um, no, there is no known threshold, and that kind of is related to the fact that different mods use different amounts of performance. You can see the same effect on your computer. For example, if you open up Chrome once, you have like no memory left or something like that. And there's smaller programs like the Windows calculator that don't take up that many resources as your Chrome browser or Edge or Firefox or whatever. And it is the same with mods, just on a smaller scale. Um, it depends on which mods you're using, and I don't think we've had users complaining about the fact that mods were affecting their performance too much.
Oh, I like this question. I think Tech is the person who has to answer this. From Cap, what made you guys choose Raft of all the games to mod?
Oh,
So why do you choose Raft?
I answered it just before. I said
Well,
that,
I can answer it again.
yeah.
Um, I had a similar reason. I saw the game, and I don't know. It just looked like it needed to be modded. Like there was blocks
You
and
had that
there was
feeling.
squares and these structures that you know from other games that have huge modding communities. And since there wasn't a big modding community at the time, I don't know, I was interested in it.
So there is some nice questions. We've got a question from Little Mac, which asks, "Have you ever made the water lava?" That would be kind of nice to do a raising lava. Like, I don't know how this game is named. Don't touch the lava, I guess. I don't remember.
Raw as lava, you mean?
Yeah, floor is lava, exactly. This would be kind of easy to do and kind of fun. So yeah, if someone wants floor in lava into Raft, get into join our Discord, ask us, and we'll help you do floor is lava mod.
I would play it. I like the idea. So, but you need some equipment, so you have some protection. So, if you don't have this, there's no way to get some resources. But yeah, I like it. So, whoever asked this, I forgot the name. Tech said it, but I forgot it. Come to the server and let's do this.
So looking through the questions.
Yes, another question from, I think it's pronounced Jonathan or Jonathan. No, whatever. So the question is, was the mod loader created from the official Raft team? I think we all also, already answered that. It isn't. It was made by us and we're not official. And thus it's a fan-made project. And yes, the mod loader is open source, and you can find the link to the open source repository in our documentation, and I will post it to Twitch and the Raft chat
Yeah, same
soon.
for the site. For the site, if you want
Yeah,
to help add new features, if you want to give your feedback, if you have any issues, or if you want to, yeah, just if you just have ideas that should be made into the site, then if you scroll at the bottom of the site, you have the button submit an issue, I guess, which should be renamed, but um, in where you can submit issues, of course, but also ask for new features and all that stuff.
yeah. We're currently reworking this site kind of from scratch. We're taking everything that's there and I don't know, writing it again from the bottom up to make the code more clean. And this is why the site is currently a bit, or the development of the site is currently halted a bit. But yeah, new features will come back soon, and the code of the new site will be released
Yeah.
soon too.
So I'm looking into the Twitch
Yeah.
chat. It's pretty
Uh,
calm.
We have multiple questions that are that were already answered, like where are the mods, most of the mods from, where can I get your mods, and such things. We won't answer them again now, but I think there are plans to upload this AMA, right, Tech?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
try. I couldn't record it, but it's gonna be on Twitch. So I guess there is some ways of downloading a Twitch. I don't know how we say that, but a Twitch record or Twitch relive. I don't know how we say that, but yeah, I
Yeah.
think there is a way. And if there is not, we will mod Twitch mod loader.
So Connie, Schmepp, and Foxy. Yeah, just go to Twitch or stay here after the AMA has ended, and you can look it for the next 14 days or later on our YouTube channel. And yeah, but we won't go into that again.
Yeah. I'm seeing a question in the in Twitch chat from Nemo, which asks something about scammers that pretends to be Raft moderators. So as said, we are from Raft Modding. We are not affiliated with Raft or Redbit, but if I have to say something on that, is always be careful and always verify your sources. So yeah, be really careful about these scammers. There is a lot on Discord and even other places, so be careful. And if you find something that should not be, that is a scam or something like that, if it is from our Discord, you can report it to us, or if it is the Raft Discord, they have a mod mail bot, so you can talk to them.
A question I see very specific, but targets the mod Raft MMO, and if it's that, no, it's not that. It's still alive, and you can join. Um, but you have to be online at the same time with another person who uses this mod,
Yeah.
and yeah, so that kind of rare in normal, but I think there's a Discord server linked on the mod description page. You can join and arrange meetings with other people on this Discord server because they all use this mod, and yeah, it's totally functional for now, and yeah, no plans to remove this mod. I think.
I don't think, but as we said, um, the thing is that Traxam, you're not allowed to post link. Rip. I'm gonna
What
send
am
you
I?
the link. Let me send you this link. So if people want to see how the mod loader is made,
Um, in the meanwhile, when you post, I have another question from Egelosat or Echelosat. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. Are you a whole team of programmers which making the mods, or are they made by different people and you posted at the mod page? We kind of answered that already, but I just want to pick it again because um, we're we're a team in some kind because we found for this project, but anybody can join our coding team. So you can come to our server and code mod, and not we do the upload. So people can upload their mods by themselves to the website. We just check them. So yeah, not our upload. It's anybody can or everybody can contribute and create mods and upload them to our website, and it's totally fine. And if you want, come to the server and talk to us, and yeah, you will get some connections, and it's fine. So Tech and I never met so far, and talked a lot, not only about Raft, also about everything. So you get some connection to really nice people, and yeah.
let me see through the questions again. So, yeah, there is really a lot of mod. And as I wanted to say for the Raft MMO mod, as we are doing that in our free time, sometimes we'll do a lot of mods, and sometimes we don't. Sometimes we can't even update them. Sometimes we will do a lot of updates. When speaking about that, I'm thinking to Aiden, which is making a lot of mods and also being a lot active on the Raft Modding Discord to help you. Like if you ask some help, you have a good chance you get Ada to help you. So I have to honestly thank him because he really um he's really into the community. I don't know how we can say that, but how do you say when someone is really interested, yeah, into helping. Mm.
We have a question from Delta, so I move it and you can see it. So Tech, do you want to answer that?
Oh, Delta asks us if we can say happy birthday Raft in our native languages. So in France, you would say Joyeux anniversaire Raft. I mean, I'm saying it with my English accent. So no, yeah, in English we will, in France we will say it Joyeux anniversaire Raft, and I don't know for in German.
Yeah, in German, there's different expressions, but the default one is Alles Gute zum Geburtstag, Raft.
Oof, I would not be able to pronounce that again. Never. Alles Gute zum Geburtstag Raft. That's what you said for
Perfect.
me.
But I could understand it.
I see we have a question from Ada, which asks, what are mods you'd like to see be done in the future? Um, Honestly, I'm working on the character customization, and I think it's a really good thing for the game since it's gonna add, well, character customization, but since when you have some friends playing with you, you'll be able to see who is who. And also, a mod I would really like to see in the future is pets. Being able to have pets on the raft or having to have bots that follows you or something like that. That's really something I would like to see be done in the future.
There's a question from Nemo Butier
Yeah, Nemo.
228. I am pretty sure I didn't pronounce that correctly. The question is, why do I need a second mod loader for crafting if there is a RML launcher? The thing is that our mod loader is split into two parts. There's the mod loader launcher. It's a bit confusing, so I'm trying
Yeah.
to explain it
There
here.
is the launcher and the loader
Yeah,
and the mod loader.
there's the mod loader, which makes sure that mods are loaded into the game, and then there's the launcher application, and the launcher makes sure that your mod loader is put into the game correctly, so that the mod loader can load the mods,
And of course
and
up
the
to date.
launcher also makes sure that the installation link for Raft, these installation links for Raft work correctly, and that the mod loader is always up to date.
Yeah, and what I would add is that, as we said, mods stay compatible across versions. So, for example, if a mod use something from the mod loader, and I mean, if a mod is something from the game and it breaks, and like every mod breaks, it can happen, then mod loader is here to fix it. So we could introduce into mod loader a fix, which means that all these mods works back when you update it, and you don't have to each time go to the site, download the new version, install it, launch it. You just launch it, it updates, and then boom, you have the updated version. So that's how we also keep mods working across versions.
To the question before, so what are mods you would like to see be done in the future? I want to answer that as well.
Yeah,
One of my personal favorites I thought would never happen is character customization, and Tag is working on it, and
yeah,
that makes me really happy. So it will come to Raft, I think, first to patrons if I'm right. So because it's a lot of work, and yeah, that's one way to support us. And if you're willing to do that, we are very happy. So you heard such things like certificates cost some money, and we don't um, use any of this money for personal life. It's the full thing goes into the project. So like server costs and certificate costs and
yeah.
such things. Um, yeah, but yeah,
And
that's my
also,
favorite mod for the future, and
I'll,
I hope it will release soon.
yeah, there is still a lot of work, but yeah, that's the goal. Also, what we can say about the money is that, for example, on Patreon, as I said, you can get Raft Modding stickers, mugs. We're trying to get some people to draw some t-shirt designs. we had someone working on a drawing, but no new from her anymore. So we are trying to do some merch for Raft modding since some people ask it. And so yeah, when you do a donation, for example, on Patreon, actually for a few dollars per month, at the end of 3 months you will get the reward. I wanted to make it so you can straight buy it, but it's way cheaper like that. So you get some money back, if I can say, and you have some merch about Raft modding. So that's also where the money goes. It's handled by Patreon. So thanks Patreon, I guess. And yeah, so at least you can get some merch and you can, as said before, on our Patreon page, we have a lot of rewards. So you can check, you can get your name into the Raft mod loader loading screen. Um, for I guess that for $30 you can even get a small mod ID coded by me. So if you have some small mod IDs, then go check our Patreon. And yeah, I mean,
I would like to answer Finikoto's question as well.
yeah.
Like, what mods would you like to see in the future? And there are a lot of exciting ideas. For example, I think someone was trying to add new islands at some point. I'm not sure if that's still a work in progress.
I don't think so.
And personally, I've worked on a mod for more electricity that I'm excited about, but currently don't have the time to work on it, like cables between different devices and stuff like that.
Yeah. So yeah, we answered a lot of questions, so that was really nice to do that live stream and be able to talk with you guys. I don't know, Finn or Traxam, if you have any other question you want to answer.
No, I think we're through the
Yeah. Just also
questions.
want to say thank you to all
Yeah,
of you
yeah,
who
thank
watched the whole 2 hours. Oh my god. Okay. And I never thought it would be that long, but you had so many questions. So I really appreciate that.
yeah.
And thanks for that. Thanks again for to to Redbeat to allow us to
Yeah, that
make
yes,
this AMA.
a huge thanks to Redbeat here for this AMA. We would not, didn't expected it, but so at least we made the trailer. I'll probably put the trailer back at the end for the people who did not see it. And it will be available on YouTube tomorrow, I guess, on the Baron Lights YouTube channel, and it will be available later on on our YouTube channel. So yeah, as said, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for all the people listening to our weird voice accents on Discord, and thanks for all the viewers on Twitch, all the follows. Thanks for the donation we had. We also got a new Patreon, which is Ceres. So thanks a lot for being a Patreon. That really helps us. That's really gonna help. Like, that's the only financial revenue we have. We don't want to put ads on our site. That's something we don't want. It will look too bad. So the site will stay free. Rough modding will stay free. That's our rule, if I can say. So again, thanks everyone. I'll
Yeah, thanks
leave you.
everyone and happy birthday, Raft, I
Yeah,
guess.
we'll leave you with the
Yeah.
trailer again. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night, a good day, depending on where you live. And see you later on another stream, maybe, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. You know, Finn, our modding community has such potential to grow, but what could we do to make that happen?
Well, if we had a cool trailer, then people would think modding is cool, right?
That makes sense to me. Let me make a quick call.
One time I went to go get a hot pocket, right?
Wow,
Window wasn't
bro, that's a
open.
really cool story, bro.
serious,
Oh,
dude?
I'm
Dude,
getting
man,
called. Hey, I'm getting
No.
called.
I was getting
I'm
to the best
just-
part of my story. You don't just cut me off,
the
right?
the phone.
Whatever. Take your phone call.
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, what's up?
Better
I was
finish that
wondering,
phone
would
call
you be
before
able
match
to make a
starts.
trailer for me showing off a couple mods?
Okay, what ones?
What do you think, Finn?
I would say mods that are good.
You mean something like
think I hear
scattered
one on the
remains?
phone. Let's
Oh,
go.
give me a sec. One halfway, left side.
He's hit one.
Dead. I think there's one more though.
I see him. I'm pushing up.
Radio is so loud, I can't hear anything.
Nice. Sorry, I'm back. You said something about good mods?
Exactly. Just little things to help you out. I mean, some of them really should be made into the game. Take bow release, recycling, and hand gathering, for example.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the bow release mod, but hey, at least we have a full page of mods to pick up the main game slack. Anyway, do you want me to show off the bigger mods too?
Yeah, why not? But there are just so many. Well, there is the Kraken mod.
Hey, what about my mods?
Oh, what's that track, Sam? Tell him I say sure. Just give me a minute to wrap up what I'm doing.
He said sure.
Oh, why didn't I mute that? Are you with me?
Yeah, let's do this.
What?
That was
Oh, the
easier
phone.
than I thought.
So, what's the deadline for this?
Well, about 2 days?